The wind is brutal. I'll stand over here and see if I can kind of shelter it just ever so bit. All right. As I had mentioned in the 1 or 6 videos ago, I don't know. Man, the Super C, as soon as it warmed up at all, it just pootered out on me to nothing. This is the C. Now, the guy had robbed parts off of both of these and cobbled them together to make it work. I went ahead and ordered new, what I could. You know, new coil, new fan hub. Don't mind all the drips. New ignition switch. I did new wires, new battery cables, old battery. And I've been driving it around for about an hour and it's doing great. It's exactly the same from the second I started to the time I turn it off. But it still has a hunt in it. Now, I don't know, carburetor maybe? He said he went through this carburetor and it's leaking gas, but he said he went through that carburetor but didn't know much about them, so I don't know. I might actually maybe swap that out. I do have a new one that I bought for the Super C, see if it gets any better. But I drove this around for the last half hour or so, just tootling around the yard, and like I say, it did exactly the same from start to finish. So that's promising news. I guess the engine is tired or was locked up in the Super C, so I suspect I'll move that on to parts tractor status and run this bad boy. I guess I'm gonna get the carburetor swapped out on it and see if it gets any better. It's got some brake noise. They work fine, but the noise is there. Muffler is leaking a lot. It's blowing out the bottom, so I need to get a new muffler for it. I can probably get one of those at Tractor Supply. I need to get some hose clamps, so for the hose, and some belts. I've got to look up and see if I can figure out part numbers for those. I've got the part number for the alternator belt. I just need to look it up for the main fan pulley belt. You know, here we are, what is it, March, shoot, I don't even know what today is, March 18th, March 20th. Something around in there. So we're getting close to needing to cultivate with this bad boy. Probably I'll plant the middle of March or the middle of May. So I've got less than 2 months before I need to use this, and I'd really like to have all the bugs worked out. The front bolster's messed up, the holes are stripped out, but you can run a bolt all the way through. So that's okay. The other side's actually broken, but I'm going to try to cobble it together enough to use it until fall. Come fall, I'm going to have to split the tractor anyway. It drips water from a freeze plug that's in the bell housing. So I mean, I got to pull it all apart anyway. May actually even go as far as painting it at that time. I don't know. I gotta be sure she's working and running first before I start messing with any of that. This thing is really hard to steer too, comparatively speaking to the Super C. That's the only 2 trikes I've really driven. I need to get some hardware for this and straighten a couple of these rods that are bent. But the rear cultivator toolbar is actually in really good shape. These are okay. This one's had some work. The other one's fine. But I'll actually probably take all those apart. I mean, I've got 2 more sets of front cultivators down in the barn. So I am definitely not cultivator poor. But I just kind of wanted to, you know, give you a little update of what I try to get going on here. Like I say, 1948 Farmall C. Also, I did order the free gas caps for the gas cap recall through International. That's still available. If I get them, I'll do some update on that. It's kind of slick the way that works. So maybe try swapping the carbs to see if that hunt goes out. Maybe not. But I'm excited. I really am. So anyways, you guys be good and be safe, and we'll catch you next time.